Obie and Ashley, K92 3, Orlando's #1 for new country, just around the corner. Your keyword worth $1,000. Okay, so since COVID started, we've had mental checkups just to check up on you, how you've been with quarantine, to check up on our kids, how they've been with returning back to school. There's been a lot going on.
And we've been doing it all with Shantala Boss, who is kind of our go-to therapist, and we're going to check in with her now.
Good morning.
You know, because of this great relationship that we have with you, we've been able to do these check-ins with you. So what's great is that we've had these spaces of time where really, like a therapist, we get back together with you and we're like, okay, so this is where we are today. Today, it seems like everybody's kind of over COVID, even though we've got fraternities that are being suspended because of parties. But nevertheless, it seems like the human condition is we want to see people. We want to be back to business.
Yes, absolutely. I think being with other people and interacting with other people is one of the main human needs that we all have. So it's a very difficult time, very stressful for a lot of people.
I wanted to throw this your way, Shantala, because here we are with Suicide Awareness Month upon us. With a lot of stress, and it could be from any layer, whether it's school providing you stress, racial tensions, work problems. I mean, any layer of stress can kind of bring one down. What are exercises that we should do to ourselves to build ourselves up?
Well, stress can cause a lot of problems internally in the actual body. It can cause inflammation. It can cause immune system problems. It can cause anxiety and sleep issues. So first, we need to kind of be in tune with our own body and finding out, if we're releasing those stress hormones into our body, we're going to react physically. And this is going to make our situation worse because we're going to breathe more shallow. We're going to maybe tense up our muscles and our shoulders. We're going to be a little bit more short with other people because we're feeling anxious. We're in that fight or flight mode because that's where our body's primed for fight or flight when we're in high levels of stress.
Sure.
So first, realizing what we're going on in our body so that we can take action to calm our body physically. And there can be several ways we can do that. One thing is, just exercising, and I'm actually putting hula hoops together this morning. I have a group tonight of teenage girls, and we're going to exercise. So hula hooping is a great idea, but if you can't hula hoop, you can even squeeze your hands. Squeeze your hands really, really tight for like 5 seconds and let go. If you're at your desk, if you're feeling stressed, you can march in place. I mean, your coworkers may think you're a little weird, but maybe you could even get going together.
Most people's coworkers are right now, they're family members and their pets.
So have a parade with the pet around the house.
Right? But it's funny, though, because we were talking about this, Obie and I, and just how we've caught up with you over this time. A lot of it's been about kids going back to school, how kids are feeling. But also, too, there's a lot with relationships. And I've heard from so many people and where it's you don't normally spend this much time at home with your spouse. And that is even wearing on people.
Well, it is, because I think, day in, day out, sometimes we just need a break being with someone all the time. So that can be tough. And so sometimes we have to think before we speak. We have to kind of maybe take a break or have a certain area of the house where we're working or more of a structure to our environment so that we're not always around each other. Because that makes total sense. It's pretty stressful if you're constantly dealing with things with a same person in your face all the time,
What do you say to yourself? Like, as somebody who's a therapist, I know that sometimes people are like, oh, well, the advice is easy to give, but I should take it myself. Like, what do you say to yourself when you get stressed? Because you're a regular human being, but because this is your specialty.
You know what? I laugh at myself. My husband was laughing at me because I've been pretty stressed myself, and I made an appointment to get my hair done with this Groupon. I thought I was so smart. So I realized I'd made an appointment with the wrong hairdresser. And I was driving all over town. My husband was laughing at me. He's like, why don't you know where you're going? Just make your appointment and go there. And I had to laugh at myself because I was so stressed out.
Oh.
So, see, I have to laugh at myself because this is so silly, Sometimes we take life so seriously and we think it's so serious all the time. But sometimes you just got to realize that we all make mistakes. We're all human. And it's okay sometimes to laugh at yourself and realize that we're not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that.
Seriously.
And if laughter is sometimes the best medicine, then you're giving yourself your own dose.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Well, again, thank you so much, Shantala Boss, who's worked as a guidance counselor and mental health counselor for Orange County Public Schools. So it's a pleasure to be able to have you on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you guys.